Hello everyone, Tom D here, doing an unboxing of Ruger's new custom shop SR1911 competition. They developed this in coordination with the champion shooter Doug Koenig. First of all, the case it comes in is beautiful. It's waterproof, really a beautiful case. Let's just talk through some of what they give you with it, since this is an unboxing video. Cute little envelope here with Ruger custom shop logo on it. It'd be amazing to open this thing up 20, 30, 40 years from now when you find one and still find all this paperwork intact. I've opened up the envelope here to get a custom shop sticker, silicone rag, certificate of authenticity here, some instructions specifically about this particular pistol, talking about the half-cock position of the hammer, how it's different, the way it's designed, and being careful. Instructions manual. Inside of there you get more stickers, you get more goodies that come with most Rugers, but plenty to look at and play with there if you're into the paperwork. I like to keep it all. I keep all the wrap, even the rattly stuff that I've taken off. Just hold on to it. Custom shop gun prop up here, kind of cool. It's got inside of here, it's got a little custom shop coin, arms maker for responsible citizens Ruger put out. Nice little collectible there to keep with it. Some attention and warning things. Of course, it's got your prerequisite lock. It's got an extra screwdriver here for you. It's got some extra custom, fiber optic sights for replacements for the front. This, of course, was in the gun when it came. It's got a Ruger logo on it. Got your barrel bushing wrench here with the Ruger logo on it. Really cool stuff. Let me show you a little bit about this pistol. What makes it custom? What makes it worth the extra, if it is to you? And what makes it so special? What I liked about it when I read about it, and you know, I'm kind of a Ruger fanatic anyways. I tend to be a homer for Rugers. Not sure really why. I guess the early Mark pistols got me started. So when they came out with the new custom shop, I just had to see what they were going to make out of it. And this was my first one to get. So let's take a look here. 1911 9mm, which to a 1911 purist, very sorry. Save your comments for another video, please, because I'm not here to tell you whether you should ever have a 1911 9mm. I just choose to get one because I think it's going to be fun to shoot. I've not had one before. I think it's going to be a blast because you're going to get the lower recoil, certainly a little bit cheaper to shoot, but I think it's going to be great in the hands. Haven't had it out yet to the range, but do plan to do that soon here. But what do you get with it? So some custom features that come on it. So first of all, I guess the thing I noticed, of course, is the flared mag well. It's got a nice undercut on the trigger guard, big beaver tail, and it's got a target crown. And then just, you know, when I grab one, you're always doing that safety check, which I've done on this pistol, and just pulling it back. And I'm telling you, this thing is like it's on ball bearings. I mean, it is phenomenal. Just beautiful frame to fit finish that you really only get on custom guns. It's got a fitted barrel lug. It's got a competition barrel, of course, a 5-inch barrel on this. It's got a 1 16" twist, which is a little slower, but it'll give increased accuracy with the lighter bullets. It's got a low mass hammer, competition sear, hand-tuned sear springs. You can read all about that, but let me just tell you what I've observed about it, just in the time I've had it opened up here recently. Of course, the adjustable sights on the back for shooting. It's got a fiber optic front sight. You notice it's all blacked out, and that's what they prefer for competition shooting instead of the 3-dot for target shooting. So at least that's Doug Koenig's preference. So that's what this has got on it. Stainless steel, black nitride finish. I mean, it's beautiful to look at. It's got a Hogue G10 material on it. I don't know what they call this. I call it pebbled, or it's almost like some of the chain link that I've seen, but it's got a really nice feel to it when you grab it. I've got a SIG 938, I think it's Nightmare Edition, and it's got an aggressive grip to it, and I'm sorry, but it's just too aggressive. But one of the things I did notice about this when I first got it was this trigger. I don't have a trigger like this. Why is it straight? And I've never seen that before. It's attractive looking. So I did a little bit of reading about it, and it turns out Doug Koenig prefers the straight trigger. Something about the way, I guess if you're working with a curved finger and a curved trigger, you can get off more easily and have the wrong feel when you go in competition to do the quick trigger pull. So with the straight one, he prefers it, easier to get the real estate of it and get the feel. It's a full 41 ounce heavyweight 1911. Let me put a empty magazine in here. You just see this thing, I mean, it just, with that flared mag well, it just goes right in, pops in, it'll eject, and that's empty. I can imagine the force, if it was full, how forceful it would be, but it pops it right out of there, ready for a quick rechange loaded magazine, which I don't have here on the table, of course. Suggested list on this, $24.99. Don't let that bother you. I'm sorry, people get hung up. I see it on YouTube threads where they start cursing the price of a gun, and I don't believe I've ever in my life paid MSRP on a new gun. So this price at Bud's, I got it for $16.97 delivered, shipped. Beautiful gun, anxious to get it to the range. I'm going to do a little comparison here with some of the other 1911s that I have, just so you can get a feel of, you know, kind of the size and comparison on them. So I went into the safe, grabbed a few more 1911s just to do some quick comparisons, tell you a little bit about them. Of course, you've got the Ruger Koenig I've been talking about here. Really fun. Haven't had a chance to shoot it yet. Check the trigger pull on this gun. It runs right around 4 to 4.5 pounds. So not bad. You know, if you're a competitive shooter, you could probably weigh in and tell me if that's good or not. Hasn't had a shot through it yet, so I'm guessing it's going to break in a little bit lighter than that once you get some rounds through it. Then I grabbed Colt Gold Cup. I've shot quite a bit, bought this new. This one I think was around $1,300 to $1,400, maybe $1,300, so a little bit cheaper than even what I paid for the Ruger, but definitely doesn't have the custom shop features. You know, it's got no recessed crown, it's got no flared mag well, and to be honest, all these guns have been safety checked, but to be honest, the fit, you can feel the difference. I mean, it's nice, but it definitely moves more, and it's not the same gun, not out of a custom shop, but boy, is it fun to shoot. Got the same type, I'll call them competition sights with the black front and back, but just a blast to shoot and very accurate gun. I mean, you just can't go wrong with a Colt 1911. Then I grabbed a SIG. This is a cheaper version of the SIG 1911. This was actually my first 1911. I believe it was XO stainless, they call it. And again, no custom features. This is about a $700 gun. Just nothing to, you know, you're not going to take pictures of this one and put it on Pinterest or something, but no flared mag well, but it does extend down a little bit, which is nice. You can really grab it. This one holds 8 rounds, of course, because it's a 45. But really just a fun gun to shoot. This one comes in at about between 4 and 4.5 pounds on the trigger scale. And just a great all around, take it out to the range. Don't worry about it. You're not holding value. Just shoot it, use it. Another one I picked up recently that I've also not had a chance to get out and shoot at the range is Wilson Combat. And I'll tell you what, this one, of course, it's a more expensive gun, new, probably about $2,600, I believe. I picked this up used for $1,800, and I am not shy about buying used guns. Matter of fact, most of the guns I own, I've bought secondhand. One kind of nice note about them, of course, you don't get the cool unboxing that you get on a brand new one, but you do get a gun that often is broken in a little bit. And you can check for wear marks to see if it's broken in too far, but you just saved yourself, you know, hundreds of dollars of ammo break-in time. Some people prefer to do it themselves. I'm going to enjoy doing that myself on the Ruger, but this is a Wilson Combat Classic, and I tell you what, this one, the trigger pull is just over 3 pounds. I mean, it is so crisp and clean, and this one, the fit, I mean, it doesn't move. That is as tight as you can get, and I would say the Ruger Koenig is pretty close to it, but I probably have to give the nod to the little bit more expensive Wilson here. The recoil spring on this thing is so tight, though. I mean, you're not going to do some simple manipulation with the front serrations. You've got to grab this thing and pull it back. When you do start stepping into the higher dollar 1911s, it's amazing the difference that you get. And I think that Ruger Koenig really gets you to that point. If you want to try a 1911, this is a fun one to try. Just from the feel of it on the bench here, I mean, it's just unbelievable. You can feel that is tight. Actually, there's no rattle there, as we saw with that Colt. There was a little bit of rattle. I mean, this is snug. And it's that, like I say, it's that ball bearing feel to it, and that trigger is just a little bit heavier, but just so crisp. There you have it from the custom shop, 1911. Enjoy. Thanks for watching.